What is that? That was weird. Absolutely weird. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back. This is your host, ID Jester. We are back in 2012. I'm sorry, 2018. What am I thinking? Holy cow. And we're in game number 37 of our Atlanta Braves replay. That's right. We've played a bunch of them so far. So I'm just giving you guys a peek here at the actual, we'll be using PC Replay Baseball to keep track of all of our stats. We'll be using cards and dice, obviously, but we're going to be using this program to keep track of everything. You can see Freddie Freeman, 360 average so far. Ozzie Albies, 317. Nick Markakis, 303. Freddie Freeman leading the team with 7 home runs and with 32 runs batted in. Ender Inciarte and Ryan Flaherty both with 7. As far as our pitching goes, not great. Mike Foltynewicz leads the team with a 4.34 ERA. Let me refresh my screen over here because things are usually crazy. You know how it is. And there's your information. So we won 2 against the Tampa Bay Rays. One on May 8th, one on May 9th. May 10th, we lost to the Florida Marlins 4-6. So let's go ahead and get this set up for our new game here. We will simulcast it, so that's cool. And we'll be playing the Atlanta-Miami game. Thank you very much. Start simulcast. And let's show you guys the actual lineups. There we go. So for the Braves, Ozzie Albies at second base, Ronald Acuna in left field, Freddie Freeman at first, Nick Markakis in right, Kurt Suzuki catching, Ender Inciarte center fielder, Johan Camargo in shortstop, Ryan Flaherty at third, and Brian McCarthy is the pitcher. Brian McCarthy, the pitcher for, let's actually, what are we doing here? We're going to take all that off. For the Florida Marlins, JT Realmuto starts things off for the Marlins at catching. Martin Prado is at third, Sterling Castro at second, Justin Bournes at first, Brian Anderson at right, Derek Dietrich at left, Miguel Rojas, shortstop, Lewis Brinson in center field, and Dan Straley pitching for the Florida Marlins. And let's go ahead and play ball. Here we go. Hopefully this will get everything right. All right, so now we'll switch back over to the cards and dice for you guys. All right, so again, we're just using PC Replay Baseball for our stat keeping and stuff. We'll be actually playing payoff pitch in this, and hopefully that'll work for us. Here we go. So Florida Marlins Park here. You can see here. Marlins Park, 1-33 left-handers for wheelhouse and 1-32 for right-handers. So pretty low chance of getting a wheelhouse chance, but you never know. And I'll keep that information, I guess, over here. You saw the lineups. Oh, one other thing I was going to actually show you guys is, so I will be using my new base running charts for payoff pitch. If you haven't already got a copy and you're interested, just email me at idjesterlive, idjesterlive@gmail.com. Oh, one word there, idjesterlive. And at gmail.com, and I'll ship you out a copy of these if you're interested. But basically just taking some of the information and adding more player stats back in. You could of course use the Fast Action deck, or you can use the rules out of the rule or the charts out of the rule book, whichever you wish. There's plenty of ways to play payoff pitch, which is one of its nice strengths. And of course, it is well detailed and good information. But just so you know, I am going to be using the charts over here. So if that situation comes up, we'll be looking at it. All right. So Dan Straley, right-hander. So we're going to be looking at the right-handed side. These are lefty-righty split cards. When we roll the dice, we're going to be looking at the two 6-sided dice, combining them together to get a number. And then these two 10-sided dice will give us a percentile roll. It'll go dark too light, so it's going to be 98 as opposed to an 89, right? So black and then yellow. These we don't really necessarily have to look at. Sometimes you might want to have a colored die for my situation, because the colored die will actually tell you, for example, 1 or 2 is hit to left field, 3 and 4 it's hit to center field, and 5 and 6 is hit to right field. So that's why I have different colored dice. Again, you can play the payoff pitch with good charts that come with the game, or you can use the fast action deck. Check out, of course, Combat Painter, and he's got lots of videos where he's used the fast action cards. Anyways, let's get to it here. It's going to be Ozzy Albies stepping into the plate. Ozzy batting, what's he batting nowadays? 261 average. No, I think that was his real. Where is his, why don't, I think because I'm manually inputting, it doesn't give me the information down at the bottom. Let's just double check here. Because normally down here at the bottom. Let's see what happens after the first play. Maybe I have to wait until I actually put a play in. Anyways, Ozzy Albies is up against Dan Straley, right-hander. So that's a 12 right off the bat. Is a 12. Oh, I got to switch you guys back over to the. There we go. So right off the bat, we got a 12. 12 is going to be defensive check. 12 is going to be a defensive check. So the way I do defensive checks is a little bit different. You look at the first die. We'll put that back on 0 8. So the first die tells us if it's an even, it's an error check. If it's odd, it's a range check. So even, E for even, E for error. So that's an easy way to remember it. Otherwise, I wouldn't even remember it. So even, so it's going to be an error check, and then this gives you the position. So that's going to be the center fielder. Center fielder for the Miami Marlins is going to be Brinson. So we just look at Brinson here, and center field, he's got an error of 1. We're going to look at our chart here, an error of 1. So an error, ooh, that's really bad. 1 to 61 is an error. 1 to 61 is an error. And that is a 36. So that will be an error. Now, what you do is, let's see here. You're going to look at the error on the 2d6s. And if it's 2 to 9, it's a 1 base error. If it's 10 to 12, it's a 2 base error. So in this case, it's a 5. So it's just a 1 base error. So error on the center fielder. Error on the center fielder. And that brings up Ozzy Albies, and he's on first play. He's on first. So if I wanted to steal, he's a B rating. We're going to check the catcher, which happens to be JT Realmuto. He's got an arm of 2, so it's going to be a -1 to our rating. If you're a B stealer, you have a, let me just double check my chart here. B rating gives you an 8. Of course, you still need to get the less than or equal to the hold rating of the pitcher if you want to try to steal. But we subtract 1 because of JT Realmuto's arm, which would take us down to a 7. But Ozzy's going to try and get the jump 6 or less. We're just going to look at the 2 6-sided dices and see if we roll 6 or less. Rolled a 9. So if you actually roll 10 or higher, you have to steal with a bad jump. This is my special charts. This is not part of the normal thing. But 9 means he didn't get a good jump. He can still go, but it's considered a bad jump. So normally you don't want to do it with a bad jump. because your ratings go down. You get a -2 to your chance. So instead of a 7, it drops down to a 5. So 5 or less for a good steal. So Ozzy's just going to stay at first. And that brings up Ronald Acuna. Ronald Acuna. All right, here we go. Ronald Acuna against Dan Straley. Rolled a 2. So far we rolled a 12 and a 2 on the 6-sided dice. Oh, that thing is just a little bit in the way. Let's see if I can bring it down just slightly for you guys. There we go. That should be a little bit better for everyone. All right, so 2, Dan Straley is a wheelhouse. We're going to check Ronald Acuna versus a right-handed pitcher. And we rolled a 60. 60, that one is hit well by Ronald Acuna. It's going on to deep left center field. Dietrich Brinson on the run, and they watch it sail over their head, and that is 20 rows back. Ronald Acuna with the home run for the Braves, and they jump out to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. Ronald Acuna, I wish I would be getting the stats for the players. I'm wondering, let me just check the options and make sure I don't have something not checked in the options. Again, this could be because I'm doing the manual input, so you don't get everything, but yeah, it's a little different. Anyways, Freddie Freeman is up. 2 runs in, and the little Boo Birds come out here in Florida, down south in Florida here. Freddie Freeman, he, we'll just go off the stats on the card. So 23 home runs, 309 average. So that's probably what he did in real life because it's coming off the actual card. So it doesn't tell us what he's done so far in our replay, unfortunately. Anyways, let's see what we got. So we got a 3. So that is a patient. 3 and a 20 is going to be a walk. So not a great start here for Dan Straley. Freddie Freeman's on first. He's a B stealer. So once again, he's going to be an 8 -1 for the catcher's arm and takes him down to a 7. If he gets a good jump, we might go. We rolled a 4, so we got the jump off of Dan Straley, 6 or less. So we are going to try and steal it. We're going to go for the steal. Here we go. 7 or less on this 12-sided dice. Nope, it's a 10. He was thrown out trying to get the jump. So he was caught stealing. So now I need to caught stealing. We'll call it choose 2. It would be the shortstop covering, so it's going to be a 2-6. So Freeman caught stealing, unfortunately. It brings up Nick Markakis. Probably shouldn't have done that, but, well, I wanted to show you guys. How everything works, right? So, got to try. Nick Markakis, 1 out, nobody on. 5 is tough. Tough, 0-0. So 0-0 is a special rare play in payoff hits. So anytime I roll 0-0, it's considered a foul ball and a redo, and then you drop the dice on the ground. Wow. I see it, but it is like way under my desk. I'm going to have to reach it with my foot and see if I can get it to come back out. Oh my God. Hang on a second. Oh my gosh. It's way down under here. I think I got it. Whew. All right. So one out here, top of the first. Nick Markakis rolls the 0-0 again. 0-0 normally in payoff pitch. It's a special or rare play. And I don't have my own rare play chart, so we're just going to go on as a foul ball redo. And here we go. 3 again, which is another patient. 37 against a right-hander for Markakis, and that is going to be a walk. So the pitcher has not got an out yet. The only out came off a steal attempt. Markakis, he's a D stealer, so D stealing gives you a rating of 6 -1 for JT Realmuto's arm. Takes him down to a 5. Not a good chance, so we're just going to leave him there. for the Kurt Suzuki here. Kurt Suzuki. 8. That's a tough 29. Tough 29, and that is going to be a single. Tough 29 is a single off a Suzuki right-hander. So now we have to determine if the runner goes from first to third. We look at Markakis here. He's got a run of 5. Run of 5. So to go from first to third, you look at this dice, it tells you where it went. So 1 to 2, so it went to left field. If you were hitting and running, you would go first to third. If there's 2 outs and you have a run rating of 6 or higher, you would go. If it's a wheelhouse check, you would go. An in play of 9 or higher with their run rating, or if a defense of check and a run rating of 6 or higher. This came off of actually came off a tough, so none of those come into play. So of course we can always do the choice option, and we're going to roll and compare it against the lead runner's run rating and the fielder's arm. In this case, it's Dietrich. Look at Dietrich here. Let's see. Dietrich's arm in left field is a 6. All right. And Markakis is a 5. So if we roll 5 or less, he would be going from first to third, no problem. If we roll 7 or higher, he's out. If we roll a 6, it would be a choice. So not a good chance again, so we're just going to keep him to a single. And going to second will be Markakis. And yeah, I've gone a little slow there in the beginning here. Just, some people, I've actually gotten quite a few people in the last couple weeks here. Probably 10 more people asking me for the charts. Probably haven't seen them really well in action yet, because it's been a while since I actually played a payoff pitch game on my channel. So wanted to kind of go over things for people. All right, so 1 out, runners at first and second. I wish we had that's the best we can do. That's all we can do. All right. Ender Inciarte batted .265. Had 10 home runs, 28 stolen bases. I don't know what he's doing in our replay because I can't get that information to come up on the... I'm going to be disappointed if it's something that I didn't, like a checkbox or something. If I take off the manual input, yeah, see, it pops up. See, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right. So you can see it gives me all the information and the replay, what he's done so far, both the pitcher and that. But when I switch over to manual input, it takes all that information away. So I guess I could just turn it on and off a little bit and then give you the information and then turn it back on. But anywho, I just thought I would show you. Anyways, Enter Inciarte. Manual. Let's turn it off for a second. So Enter Inciarte, 39 hits, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs, 16 walks, 18 strikeouts, 273 average so far for Ender. Dan Straley, by the way, let's see. Dan Straley is 2-0 for the Marlins. He's only given up 1 home run, 8 walks, 14 strikeouts. He's got a 1.04 ERA and a .87 WHIP in 17 and a third innings pitched so far. So that's Dan Straley's info. All right, and we can always check out the scores that are going on from other games, which, again, I would love to see, but when you go into manual mode, it replaces all that. So, unfortunately, I will check on that after, hey, Al, Red Sox fan. Again, I will show you guys what I'm talking about in case you're unfamiliar with the best computer interface for cards and dice game on the market, PC Replay. For sure, without a doubt. Gives you all the games that are going on. You can see the score and what inning and everything. And you can actually pause our game and go and watch that game, which we'll do if we come across some really interesting situation, bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th or something like that. So anyways, back to our game. It is 2-0 Atlanta. Runners at first and second. And let me put back in the manual. There we go. Manual input for Ender Inciarte. First and second, only 1 out. And a 2. Another wheelhouse check. Ender Inciarte, though, unfortunately, 85, not his forte. Yep, not his forte. So versus right-hander, it's 85. He's going to be on a range. 85. It's going to be a fly ball to center field. Fly ball to center field. Fly out. I bet you that's what FO stands for. Fly out to center field. For the second out. And still runners at first and second. 2 outs now for Johan Camargo. Fiver. 5 is tough. Tough. 92. That's going to be way out of range. 92 is going to be ground ball to short. We're going to call that a 6-3 putout, and that's going to do it. But the Braves bat 7 batters and get 2 runs across the board. And we go to the bottom of the first, and coming out is Brandon McCarty, a right-hander. He's got a hold of 3, so very hard to get the jump on Brandon McCarty. He's got a very quick release to first, or to home plate. The catcher for the Braves, as we know, is going to be Kurt Suzuki. Unfortunately, Suzuki's got an arm of 4, which gives Miami a +1 to all their ratings to steal. But fortunately, Brandon McCarty will probably keep everyone on base anyways, so we'll see. JT Real Muto steps up, and let's check in our replay here. Let's turn this off real quick. So Brandon McCarty, 2-0 on the season. He's pitched 34 innings, given up 42 hits, 5 home runs, 23 runs, 7 walks, 30 strikeouts, an ERA of 6.09, a WHIP 1.44. For JT Real Muto, he's got 20 hits, 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, 9 walks, 14 strikeouts, and a 263 average so far. Their basketball game for replay is fun. I played the demo, still thinking about getting it. Yeah, I'd like to see more of that in action. As you know, I'm not a big basketball guy, but it does seem pretty good, I'll tell you. JT Real Muto against Brandon McCarty. 5 is going to be tough. 0-3. That is a strikeout to start the game for Brandon McCarty. Gets a strikeout of JT Real Muto, and that brings up Martin Prado. Martin Prado, let's look at his stats real quick. 42 hits, 5 home runs, 23 runs, 7 walks, 31 strikeouts, a 6.03. No, I'm sorry. Start again. Martin Prado, he's down at the bottom. 14 hits, no home runs, 3 RBIs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 292 average. There we go. All right, here we go. Prado against McCarty, 1 out here, bottom of first. 5 is another tough, and that is a 0-1. So real low rolls are going to be good for strikeouts, and you don't get much lower than 0-1. Brandon McCarty starts the game off with back-to-back strikeouts, and due up is Sterling Castro. Castro is no home runs, 12 RBIs, 8 walks, 33 strikeouts, a 301 average so far for Sterling Castro here in our replay of the 2018 Atlanta Braves. That's a 5, so another tough 79. That's out of range, so we're going to down to a 4-3 putout, and that's going to do it. A 1-2-3 inning. Go to the top of the second inning. Due up is going to be Ryan Flaherty. Ryan Flaherty for the Braves is 19 hits. He's got no home runs, 11 RBIs, 13 walks, 20 strikeouts, a 250 average for Ryan Flaherty. Another 12. That is a defense. Again, we're going to look at the black die first. This is an odd number, so odd is range. This tells us a position. This is going to be the right fielder, Brandon Anderson. Brandon Anderson in right field, he's got a range of B. So look at our little chart here. Range of B, so a hit, 1-36. So we're going to roll again, 1-36. It'll be a hit. It's going to fall in. And 86, so nope, he's going to make the catch out there, and that's going to be a fly out to right field, one away. Ryan Flaherty, that brings up the pitcher spot. Brandon McCarthy, he uses card number 3, so we're going to be using the left column here. As an 8, 8 is tough, 0-4, and that will be a strikeout. So he gets Brandon McCarthy on a few quick pitches and nails him. 1, 2, 3, strikes your out at the old ball game. Tabletop Sports Delaware's in the house, everyone. Hello, Tabletop Sports. Ozzy Albies, I keep saying Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Albies, he walked his first time up, and that was important. Ozzy Albies, that is a 4. 4 is Patient 49, and that's going to be a single by Albies, so single it is. Single. Again, Albies, he's a B stealer. Gives him a rating of 8. -1 for the catcher. Drops into a 7, assuming he can get the jump. We're going to try and get the jump again. So an 11 means you have to run if you roll 10 or higher, unfortunately. And you get a -2 to your check because you got a bad jump. So Ozzy goes on a bad jump. He takes off. Normally it's a 7, but he gets a -2, so it's a 5 or less. So 5 or less, he'll be in there safe. Otherwise, another one thrown out by JT Real Muto. And we got it. We got a 3. So Ozzy Albies with the steal. So steals second. There we go. So Ozzy gets on to second. And that brings up Ronald Acuna for these guys just joining us. Ronald Acuna in the first inning. The replay goes something like this. He steps to the batter's box. He waits on the pitch from Straley. It's a 2-1 count. Straley, fastball down the middle. Acuna, he's got a hold of that one. It's headed out to deep left center field. Dietrich and Brinson on the warning track. They look up. It is gone. Ronald Acuna with his second home run of the season puts the Braves ahead 2-0. That's what it sounded like if you were here just a few minutes ago. Thinking about doing a game after this one. 79 Pittsburgh and Montreal APBA show off the baseball cards as well. Yeah, let's do it. I'd love to come watch some APBA. That's great. So I'll try and cruise through this here. Acuna, 1 for 1 on the day. That is a 6. 6 is tough 0-8, and that is going to be a strikeout. So this time Acuna down on strikes. And that brings up Freddie Freeman. Nope, that brings up the other team. That brings up Miami here in the bottom of the second. Brandon McCarty back out against Justin Bour. And let's go. Justin Bour, lefty, against Brandon McCarty, the righty. 6, that is a ballpark check. 29 for a ballpark check. If you're just joining us, that is going to be a wheelhouse check. So Justin Bour with the wheelhouse check. And against right-handers, oh boy, this is going to get ugly. 90 or less will be at least a hit. Justin Bour, and that one is 66. That is hit well. That is to deep center field and gone by Justin Bour. And he cuts into the lead. It is now a 2-1 bowl game as Justin Bour with his, we'll have to look at it afterwards. I'm not sure what number it is. All right. 2-1. Sorry, my bad. 2-1. Sorry. Brian Anderson is up for the Marlins. 7. Tough 15. That's a strikeout. So another strikeout. So 2 away now. And that brings up Derek Dietrich. Let's see. Derek Dietrich is batting .271 with 3 home runs on the season for Derek Dietrich. Oh, 12 is a defense. Even is an error. 7 is left fielder. So we're going to be checking Acuna, Ronald Acuna, and his error check in left field is a 2. An error of 2 is 1 to 50 will be an error. Oh boy. 1 to 50 will be an error. And it's a 57, so no error as that one's caught by Ronald Acuna in left field. Dietrich's out. That brings up Miguel Rojas. Miguel Rojas. He has got, what's he got? 2 home runs. He's batting .280 on the season for the Marlins. Miguel Rojas. 5. 5 says tough. Tough 11, and that's another strikeout. So we move on to the top of the third as Brandon McCarty. Doing well so far. I shouldn't have cursed him and said that. Freddie Freeman back up for the Braves here in the top of the third. 2-1 ball game. All runs scored by home run so far. 2 runs shot by Atlanta and a solo shot by Miami in the second. Freddie Freeman. 6 is tough 88, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. 1 out. Nick Markakis. 6 is tough 0-2. That'll be a strikeout. 2 up, 2 down. Kurt Suzuki. Yes, right. Mr. Man, the man of the hour, Kurt Suzuki. That is a 6. That's a tough 89, and that is going to be ground ball hit sharply to Rojas. He gets it on the bounce. 6-3 on the putout. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Go to the bottom of the third. Cruising right along. Brandon McCarty against Lewis Brinson. No. Yes, Brinson is up. As a 9. 9 is tough 71. Wow. Tough 71, and that's what he needed. Lewis Brinson 71 or 72. That's the only thing he has at all against right-handed pitcher. 1 to 70 is a strikeout. 71 to 72 is a single. And guess what he got? He got himself a single. And with the pitcher spot up, Dan Straley is going to try and lay down the bunt here. And let's look at the sacrifice. All right, so he is a C Raider, which gives him a 7. All right. Let's see what he does here. He's got a 6, so he lays down a good sacrifice. Sacrifice hits. So Straley's sacrifice. No, wait. What does this give me? Ground out. Sack H. That would be a sack hit. I don't want a sack hit. I would like just a sacrifice. We're just going to call it a, it doesn't really matter what to call it, a 2-3 put out. There we go. And Brinson goes to second on the play. There we go. Sorry, got a little confused. I got a little confused there. All right, JT Realmuto steps back up to the plate. Runner is second. What do we have? 1 out so far. 5, tough 0-4. Steve Reich 3 called on the outside corner. Realmuto down on strikes. And that brings up Martin Prado, 2 outs now in the bottom of the third. 12, defense. Odd, so it's going to be a range check on the catcher. The catcher, Kurt Suzuki, what's his range? Kurt Suzuki, range is a C. C says 1 to 47 will be a hit. 1 to 47 will be a hit. As a 32, so that will be a hit. Call that a single as Suzuki can't get out quick enough. and cannot make the throw down to first in time. So Prado on first. Brinson on third. 2 outs here. Big opportunity for the Marlins to jump right back into this one. Castro's up. Runners at the corners, 2 away. 4. Ooh, in play 69, and that's going to be a ground ball. It's hit down to Flaherty at third. Flaherty throws across to Freeman at first and gets him just by half a step. 5-3 on the putout, and that's going to do it for the third. We go to the fourth. Still 2-1 ball game here in Miami. Ender Inciarte is due up. Niner in play 23. In play 23 is a single by Ender Inciarte. So he makes it Mosers down to first, and he's a C stealer, but with JT Realmuto being the catcher, -1 to our throw, yeah, not going to try anything with him. That brings up Johan Camargo for the Braves. 10 is in play again, 32, and that's going to be back-to-back singles. Ender Inciarte with an in-play check. Went to center field because the green die tells us which position it went to. So hit to center in play, you need to have a run rating of 8 or higher to move first to third, and you can see Ender Inciarte does have a run rating of 8. So Johan Camargo with the single sends the runner to third. And there's runners at the corners for the Braves. And nobody out. Nobody out. That brings up Ryan Flaherty for the Braves. 3 is patient, 79. He's not that patient. That is going to be a fly ball to center field. Fly ball to center field. Is it deep enough to score the runner from third? Let's find out. Sacrifice fly out. Running from third. To go home, you need a wheelhouse check. It was not a wheelhouse check, or defensive check. It was not a defensive check. And, or else you can do the choice. Ender Inciarte is an 8-run rating. So they're going to take the chance. They're going to send Ender Inciarte home. So now the defense has to decide, are they going to try and throw him out of the plate? If they do that, there's a chance the runner from first can tag up and get to second. Or they're just going to let Ender Inciarte score and not make the throw. But in this case, I think Brinson, they're going to try to throw him out of the plate. He's an 8 or less. We'll be safe. Here comes the throw from Brinson. It's on line, but not in time. Not in time. That is a 5. And that is going to put Ender Inciarte. So we want... sacrifice hit went to center field. And then we need to look at Johan Camargo. He's got a run rating of 5. So this actually was low enough to send him on. No, it wasn't. It was a sacrifice fly to center. There we go. All right, so due up now is Brandon McCarty. Run comes in. The Braves get one. With 1 out, he's going to try and lay down a bunt. He is also a C bunter. Not great bunters for pitchers today. But he does lay it down, and then it'll be a... that'll be a sacrifice. We're going to call that, again, we'll just call that 1-3 on the putout. So Camargo moves to second on the sacrifice, and due up is going to be the top of the order, Ozzy Albies. Camargo at second, and Albies 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. 3-1 ball game. That's a 9. 9 is in play. 12, and that is going to be hit well by Ozzy. It goes over Brian Anderson's head, and it hits against the wall. It takes a funny bounce in the dirt. He's rolling down the warning track. Ozzy rounds first, heads to second. He's taking off for third. Here comes the throw from Anderson. It's offline, and Ozzy Albies with a triple. And that's going to score a run. Ozzy Albies, Mr. All-American for the Braves, doing it all. And the Braves score another run here in the top of the fourth. It's a 4-1 ball game. Ronald Acuna, 2 outs now. Runner 90 feet away. Acuna, 4. 4 is patient. 77, and he's going to hit a ground ball. Castro with a good dive. Throws to Bohr from his knees in time. 4-3 on the putout, and that's going to end it for the Braves in go to the bottom of the fourth, 4-1. Just Brandon McCarty against Justin Bohr. Justin Bohr in the second inning, solo home run for the Marlins. 5 tough. 75 is going to be. It's a fly ball. Ender Inciarte is going to wait on it to come down, and that is going to be fly out to center field. Got under that one a little bit. Brian Anderson. Oh, foul ball. Foul. Brian Anderson up. Righty-righty matchup. 10. 10 is in play, 0-8. That's going to be trouble as Brian Anderson gets a hold of one. It's going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. So 1 out double by Brian Anderson, and that brings up Derek Dietrich. 9 tough, 68, and that is going to be ground ball hit to short. 6-3 on the putout, no advance by the runner. 6-3. Yeah, because it was hit to short. He's not going to advance. 6-3. All right. And all right. We'll give him an advance on it. That's fine. Because I hit the wrong button. So Brian Anderson does make it to third. Miguel Rojas. 2 outs, bottom of 4. Miguel Rojas. Yo, Evan. Ballpark 74. So that's going to be an in-play check. In play, he needs a 1-45 to get a hit, though. 85, not in range. That's going to be Camargo. He's diving. He's stopping. He's throwing. He's out of there. Ground out, 6-3. And that's going to do it. We move to the top of the 5th inning. Still 4-1 Braves. Freddie Freeman, Mr. All-American, up for the Braves. That is a 7. 7 against Australia is a ballpark. And a 29 means Freddie Freeman's got a hold of one. 1-85 will be a hit. Let's see. And 1-38 will be a home run. 32, that one is gone. Freddie Freeman with his 8th home run of the season. I wanted to check on where he was. 8th home run of the season, a solo shot by Freddie Freeman here in the 5th inning to start things off for the Braves. They take a 5-1 lead. Nick Markakis up. 10 in play, 50. It's going to be a pop-up high to Castro. Pop-up high to Castro. Pop-up to 4. Pop out to 4. Brings up Kurt Suzuki, 1 out here in the 5th. And he touches them all. Boom goes Freddie, says Al, Red Sox fan. Yes, sir. So Kurt Suzuki. Is he 9? 9 is in play. 23. Kurt Suzuki with a single back up the middle. And that brings up Lewis Brinson. And there's some activity out in the Marlins bullpen here in the top of the 5th. 7 ballpark, 71. It's in play. 1-34 for Lewis Brinson. 53 out of range, so that's going to be a liner right at the shortstop. L6. And that is the second out. So Ender Inciarte still has a shot. No. Should be Camargo. What happened here? Did we... No, you're... yeah. Should be Camargo. I think we do that. I'll have to double check. All right, Camargo. Johan, he's the, yeah, there's, okay, Johan Camargo, runner at first, 1 out. 8, tough, 37, strikes him out to end the inning. But the Braves pick up a run off of Freddie Freeman. They go in front 5-1. McCarty against Brinson. Maybe that's where I had messed up. Put the wrong player in the wrong pile. There we go. So Brinson is up for the Marlins. McCarty, 4 strong innings so far. Let's see if we can continue it here in the 5th. 5, tough, 15, strikes out Brinson. And due up is the pitcher, Dan Straley. And they're going to be pulling Straley and going with the pinch hitter here. So pinch hitter in for the Marlins. And it looks like it's going to be J.B. Shuck, the lefty, is going to come in. J.B. Shuck. So let's see, how do I do this? There we go, J.B. Shuck. Pinch hit. There we go. All right, so J.B. Shuck is in against McCarty. Lefty matchup here against Brandon McCarty, the righty. 7, tough, 73, and that's going to be fly ball. Ender Inciarte waits on it to come down. High fly ball, and got him out. JT Realmuto. 2, wheelhouse, 12, gone. JT Realmuto just line one on here so quick and puts the Marlins back in within striking distance at 5-2. And that brings up Prado. Martin Prado's up. 9, tough, 66. That one's going to be hit to Albies at second, and Albies throws over to Freeman. And due up now is Ryan Flaherty. We're in the top of the 6th inning. So pitching for the Marlins is going to be Tazawa is going to come in. So Junichi Tazawa for the Marlins, right-hander, to face off against Ryan Flaherty, the lefty. Top of the 6th inning. 7 is ballpark. 81, though, is going to be in play for Ryan Flaherty. 1-40 is what he needs for hits. 75, that will be a ground ball to short. 6-3 on the putouts. And that'll bring McCarty up. Are they going to leave him? Yeah, they're going to leave him in. Brandon McCarty, they're going to leave him in. So pitcher against pitcher here. 12 defense. So we're going to look at even. So it's going to be error on the third baseman. That's Prado. So Prado, where's Prado's card here? He third base. He's got an error of 5. So only 1 to 23 will be an error. So 1 to 23 will be an error. And that is a 90. He makes a solid play. We'll call that 5-3 on the putout. Almost got the pitcher on by an error. That would have been nice. And due up the top of the lineup, Ozzie Albies here. It's 5-2 ball game, top of 6. 7, ballpark, 85, another in play. 1 to 39 for Ozzie Albies. 31, and that will be a single by Ozzie. I think Ozzie's 2 for 3 so far on the day. Very good day for Ozzie. Tazawa hold rating, very good. He's a 3, so hard to get the jump on him as well. So Albies will stay put. Ronald Acuna at the plate. Ronald Acuna so far on the day is, let's see here. 1. Does it tell me? A home run, a strikeout, and a ground out. So 1 for 3 on the day for Ronald Acuna. Sorry, 1 for 3 is Ronald Acuna. 9, tough, 24. That'll be a strikeout. So Zawa gets him swinging. So that's going to be it. We're going to the bottom of the 6. Brandon McCarty against Sterling Castro. Tough, 17 strikes him out. How many strikeouts is that for Brandon McCarty? Let's check. 7 strikeouts for Brandon McCarty so far, and no walks. And I just probably cursed him by saying that, and I apologize to Brandon McCarty ahead of time. That brings up Justin Bour. Justin Bour, 10 in play, 0-2. That one's going to be trouble, and that one's hit off the base of the wall. And Bour glides into second with a stand-up double. 1-out double. Brian Anderson. That's right, Mr. Anderson. McCarty trying to get through 6 here. Niner, tough, 0-3. That's about as stay right 3 as you like to call. So Derek Dietrich here. Derek Dietrich, the lefty, against Brandon McCarty. 7, tough, 19. Another strikeout. My God, how many is that now? That is 8 strikeouts so far. Wow, nice. Nice day by Brandon McCarty. And I have to undo that. Wait a minute. T-Trick. What happened here? What just happened? Hang on a second. Miguel Rojas, 2 outs. First and third. Why is there first and third? What did I miss? Hopefully I didn't misclick on something. Probably did, but it shows runners at first and third. I know Bour had a double. Did somebody get a single? I'm not sure. Anyways, 2 outs here, and I have to double check the replay, what happened before this, because I didn't think Bour got a double, and I don't think anybody else got a hit. So I'm not sure what happened. Anyways, Rojas, 5 tough, 89, and that's going to be out of range, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. And that's going to be a 6-4. And that's going to do it. We go to the 7th. So no harm, no foul, I guess. I don't know how they got the runner on, but Due up is Freddie Freeman. Last time he was up, as Al Red Sox fan says, boom, he touches them all. Freddie Freeman with the solo shot in the fifth. His ninth of the season, or was it eight? He now currently has, Freddie Freeman, 8 home runs. So that was his 8th home run of the season. Freddie Freeman against Chizawa here in the 7th inning. 6 tough, 84, and that's going to be fly ball to center field. 1 out, Nick Markakis. 7, ballpark, 63, once again an in-play check. 1/48 though, Nick Markakis good at getting the ball in play. And it's a 20, that's going to be a single. So a solid single back up the middle for Markakis. Not much of a threat to steal. They're going to hold him on anyways. It brings up Kurt Suzuki, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 4, tough, 63, and that is going to be a fly ball to right. Fly out to right. 2-way for Ender Inciarte. Ender, come on, Ender. 5, patient, 44. Right-hander, patient, 44, and that's well hit. That one's in the gap, and that one's going to fall in. It rolls all the way to the wall. Markakis rounds second, heading to third. Under on his way to second. Are they going to send Markakis home? Markakis is only a 5-run rating, though. Slower than molasses. Do we send him home? Do we send him home? Do we send him home? 5. No, he's going to stop at third on the double. So Markakis stops at third. Ender stops at second, and that brings up Johan Camargo. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Was it a mistake to keep Markakis? They might have been able to send him home, but they decided to play it safe. Let's see if Camargo can make the decision a little easier for him here. So Camargo, he's going to be a switch hitting. He's going to be batting from the left-hand side. He's facing Chizawa, the right-hander. Here comes the pitch. 7, ballpark, again, in play check. Wow. 1/47 will be a hit. Come on, 50-50 shot at getting a hit. 47 is a 50. So 50 is going to be a ground ball back to Chizawa. Chizawa throws it over to Bohr, and that's going to be a 1-3 putout. And that's going to do it. So the Braves threaten with the double, but they cannot score. We go to the bottom of the 7th, stretch time here in Miami. It is 5-2. Brandon McCarty's going to stay out, trying to get through the 7th here. Brinson's due up. Lewis Brinson, that is a 7. Tough 60 strikes him out. Tough 60 strikes him out, and that brings up the pitcher spot. So we're going to have another pinch hitter coming in. So a strikeout there. Chizawa's out, and let's see who we actually can bring in. No, I don't want to bring in somebody for McCarty. I want to bring in somebody for Chizawa. Thank you. Maben, Holiday, and Rivera, all they have on the bench. Righty, and Maben, and Holiday, Rivera. Let's see what Rivera is. He's a righty. So they have 3 more righties on the bench, so they're going to bring out Cameron Maben. Cameron Maben comes off the bench to pinch hit. Down 5-2, bottom of 7th, 1 out here. Cameron Maben pinch hitting for the pitcher spot. Niner, tough, 10. Strike him out. Swinging at the Nietzsche's, as our good friend Tabletop Sports Delaware likes to say. And hopefully we'll get to able to hear that here in just a few minutes, as he's going to be running a game on his channel, Tabletop Sports Delaware. Be sure to head on over there in just a few minutes when we finish this up. Brings up JT Real Muto. 7, another tough. 11 is going to be a strikeout. We know it. We love it. It's an out. This moves over here. This goes here. That's 2 away. No, that's 3 away. We go to the top of the 8th. So Tazawa is out. So we're going to bring in Tyron Guerrero. What's our other choices, actually? They're all right-handers, so it doesn't matter. Thought maybe we'd bring in a left-hander, but Guerrero is coming in. Tyron Guerrero to face off against Ryan Flaherty here in the top of the 8th. 5-2 ball game. 4, Patient 53 against the right-hander. He walked him. So walk to Flaherty, and with the pitcher spot up, that's going to be it for Brian McCarty. He gets pats on the back from all of his fellow Braves in the dugout as he gets the rest of the day off. And coming in for the Braves to pinch hit will be... hello, there we go. It's going to be Jose Bautista. Jose Bautista is going to come in. Little pinch hit opportunity here. He doesn't stay long with the Braves, so we might as well use him while he's here. All right, Flaherty's at first, Bautista up, and there is no outs here in the top of the 8th. Pitching is Guerrero. Oh, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball. Jose Bautista only batted .105, 105 average against right-handers, so that is going to be a 5. 5 is Patient. 37, and that is going to be a single. Batted 105 against right-handers. He gets himself a single. Gets himself a single into left field. So Flaherty will stop at second on the single. So Bautista comes through for the Braves. And that brings up Ozzie Albies. 2 runners on, nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. Guerrero against Albies. Albies going from the left-hand side here against Guerrero. 6, tough, 71. That's going to be a ground ball hit to Castro. They're going to try and turn 2 here. Double play of 6, double play of 6. So 6 or less, it'll be a double play. It is 4, 6, 3, double play. And we're going to get an advance from Flaherty to third, but as he hits into the 4-6-3. But Flaherty's only 90 feet away here for the Braves. Let's see if Acuna can drive him in here. Ronald Acuna against Guerrero. 7, tough, 39, strike 3 called, and that'll do it for the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And coming in to pitch, and oh my God, hold on to your hats. It is Peter Mullen coming in for the Braves. Let's see if he can hold this 5-2 lead here and going to the bottom of the 8th against Martin Prado. Keith White, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. So Peter Mullen has a 3-run lead. Let's see if he can hold things down for the Braves. Martin Prado. That is an 8. Tough. 0-1. Beautiful. That'll be a strikeout. 1 out. Brings up Sterling Castro. Sterling Castro. 4 is tough. 44. Oh, no. Exactly what he needed for a double. Sterling Castro. Only 1 number to get that double. Right-hander. Tough. 44. Look at that. Just what he needed. He gets the double. Oh my gosh, it always happens to me. How many games have you seen that happen? Almost every single game. Justin Boer's up, runner at second, one out here, bottom of the eighth. 4, tough, 59, just missed it. 59 is going to be a ground ball down to third. Flaherty, and it's going to be a 5-3. I want no advance. It's a ground out 5-3. But that gives him an advance. I don't want advance. Ground out. First advance. Oh, maybe this is what I want. Let's see. No, it still advanced him. Huh. All right, well, 2 outs now. All right. Ryan Anderson. That's right, Mr. Anderson. Yeah, that Milan card looks a bit scary. You know it, buddy. Come on. So far, we've been good with it. You had to curse me, didn't you? Niner. Oh, ballpark. 67, though, is fortunate. That's going to be an in-play check. In play, 1-50, though, is going to score a run. 62, out of range. That's going to be a ground ball down to Flaherty. Flaherty on to Freeman. Stretch, and out is the call. We go to the top of the ninth. Somehow, some way, Milan gets through the inning. And Guerrero is going to be done. And coming in for the Marlins is going to be Kyle Bearclaw. Kyle Bearclaw is coming in to pitch for the Marlins here in the top of the ninth. Due up is Freddie Freeman, Mr. All-American, and let's see what he can do against Kyle Bearclaw. 7, tough, 25, strikes him out. 3-2 pitch on the outside corner. Another strikeout. Bearclaw against Nick Markakis. Markakis having, let's see, a walk, a strikeout, a pop-up to second, and a single so far for Bearclaw. I'm sorry, for Nick Markakis. 12 is a wheelhouse, and that one against the right-hander, Kyle Bearclaw. Nick Markakis, that was solid off the bat, and out in right field, Brian Anderson doesn't even move as that one sails deep into the seats. Nick Markakis with his 5th home run of the season, and the Braves tack on one all-important run here in the top of the ninth. And Bearclaw not happy with that pitch, as that was a curveball that hanged. And Nick Markakis said, "Thank you very much. I'll take that one." So Suzuki's up. Suzuki had a pretty good game, if I recall. Single, ground out to short, a single, and a fly out to right field. So 2 for 4 for Suzuki. The All-American catcher. Everyone should have Suzuki on their team. The Cardinals should pick up Suzuki. He's great. 2, patient, 53. Patient, 53 against a right-hander, and they hit him. They hit him. Hit him on the corner. Hit him on the shoulder. That brings up Ender Inciarte. Inciarte had a pretty good game. He fly out to center, single, a line out to short, and a double. So 2 for 4 with a single and a double for Ender Inciarte. Good game all the way around for the Braves so far. That is a 3, patient, 77. And that's a ground ball hit to short. Going for the double play. Double play 5. Double play is 7. So they need a 5 or less for double play. They got it. 3. So that is going to be, I can't even remember who was hit to. We'll just call it a 5-4-3 double play. It doesn't really matter. We'll call it 6-4-3. I don't remember who was hit to, but we'll just call it a 6-4-3. That's fine. So Ender Inciarte ends things for the Braves, but not before the damage is done. And they're going to bring the lefty in, Jesse Biddle. They're going to bring the lefty in with Dietrich the lefty due up. They're going to bring in the Biddle here in the bottom of the ninth, up 6-2. Derek Dietrich against Jesse Biddle. 6 ballpark right off the bat, 54 in play check. 1-35 will be a hit. That is a 33. God bless it. That is a leadoff single. Not what the Braves are. Yeah, not what the Braves wanted. That brings up Rojas. Miguel Rojas against Jesse Biddle. 4 runs should be enough for him, says Keith White. We'll see. 7 tough. 61. That's a ground ball. That's hit to Flaherty. They're going for 2. Double play 9. Double play 8. So 8 or less will get the double play. 5. So double play. 5, 4, 3 around the horn. 5, 4, 3 around the horn. And that brings up Brinston. 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. 13 hits by the Braves. 9 by the Miami Marlins. 6-2 so far. Only 1 error so far, and that's on Miami. Brinston trying to keep things going for the Marlins. 8. Tough. 0-3. 3-2 pitch on the outside corner, and Suzuki takes the ball to Biddle, and they hug on the mound as the Braves count this as a victory. And game 2 of the series against Miami, they've tied 1 game apiece on the series. The Braves improved to 18-19 on the season. The Marlins fall to 14-24. Brandon McCarthy gets the win. The loss is pinned on Dan Straley. The MVP, Brian McCarthy for the Braves, who went very, very strong. Let's see if we can... there are other games. We'll just go ahead and autoplay the other games to the finish. And we'll get to check out how things go here. So, let's see who else won in today's schedule. So, New York and Washington. Let's see how they did. So, Washington beat Arizona. And New York lost to Philadelphia. So, good for us. So, we're only 6.5 games back in the division now. Washington's 3 back from New York. New York 24-12. Real good start for them. So last 3 games: win against the Rays 7-1, loss against the Miami Marlins 4-6, and then of course today's game a win, and then 2 more left against the Marlins. Soroka against Garcia and Newcomb against Urena. So that'll be it here from ID Jester's camp. Thank you all for coming out. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the information. There we go. Sorry, I wonder, can we get our daily recap notes? I was hoping to get like a... I'm sure there's a way to get the reports. Yeah, that's all right. Anyways, I don't want to keep you guys because Tabletop Sports Delaware is going to be running some baseball here on his channel. Probably already started it, so head on over there. Check it out. I think he's doing the 79 or 78 Pirates. I forget what he said, but let's see. 79 Pittsburgh APBA. So definitely go over there. I'm headed over there myself. We'll see you all very soon. Thanks for coming by. Take care, Al. Take care, Keith. And everyone else that came by. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys soon.